Is mental illness escalating in the Gambia? That is a question we seek to answer in this documentary. We have spoken to a few mental illness professionals that have given us an insight on the topic. We had the opportunity to interview Ngaima Sisi, a psychosocial trauma professional who currently works with the TRRC. She gives us an in-depth explanation on mental illness.
Mental health essentially is defined as complete psychological, emotional, social well-being, and it's really a broad spectrum. So you can look at it as physical health. So when we say physical health, it's essentially your well-being physically. So it doesn't technically mean you're sick or you're not sick. It refers, like right now, both of us have mental health. So you have mental health and you have mental illness. So essentially what mental health really is about, your emotional, your psychological, your social well-being, whether it's healthy or whether it's unhealthy.
Yes, it is. It is of recent, if you look around, even on the streets, you see that there's an alarming rate of people that are getting sick day by day. And I will not be able to remember statistics, but I know that every day we do have new cases of mental ill problems in the country. So it is increasing in number.
But when you say people out in the streets, you're technically referring to people with what we call schizophrenia. So usually people with schizophrenia, some of them tend to be the ones out in the streets. But you and I can have a mental illness and we're okay, we are functioning, we put on our clothes, we go to work. So it's a very subjective and hard question to answer. But if you refer to specifically schizophrenics that you see outside or people with drug-induced psychosis, maybe not.
There are patients who come in here that are admitted, and with time they recover and they go back to the community. But I'm not current with the number, the statistics, because
unfortunately in the Gambia we don't really have statistics. We don't do research. We don't do mental health research. We have institutions that do mental health research to monitor, whether there's an escalation of mental illnesses or what mental illnesses are escalating, which ones are going down.
It is escalating because of a lot of factors. I mean, obviously in psychology, in the field of psychology, you cannot talk outside research. I mean, you have to have a research evidence to say that I have this evidence, this is why I'm saying this. But from a general perspective, from what I can see, I think that social media, I think the obsession of materialism, everybody is obsessed about having things. I think these are some factors because everybody is so obsessed about traveling out of the country.
Well, one of our biggest challenges is that after 2-3 weeks, the same patients are back again. So we'll be admitting the same patients frequently.
Patients who are living in the provinces, they all rely on this particular facility. So the distance from the provinces coming all the way to Combo here to be admitted here, those are all challenges that we face. Currently, the drug-related cases is on the alarm. I think controlling some of these substances would be a good start.
There might be solutions, but most of them have to deal with well-being and how we take care of ourselves and coping skills. For example, we set up programs that help people take care of their mental health, that help people make people aware of mental illnesses. When you start seeing the signs of mental illness, go seek help. If you see a loved one developing mental illness or showing signs of mental illness, what do you do to support them? Because most of the time when people have mental illnesses, the lack of support actually exacerbates the illness. So all of these things are factors that we can consider. So from the government level, from organizations, from the individual, it's all about raising awareness, being aware of what to do, taking care of yourself, your mental well-being. All of these things can help to actually prevent mental illnesses.
I think awareness, if more people are aware of the dangers of this, like more aware of how to raise children, more aware of getting involved in distorted thinking, more aware of how our minds and our bodies work. So if people are educated on these factors, then it will help them to be more careful in getting into that territory.
And things that have happened to you in your life. It could be a traumatic event, it could be somebody passing away, it could be just a relationship you have with the individual. So it's important that we learn to talk about these things. When you're going through mental health problems, when you're going through social problems, talk about it, seek help.
It is safe to say that although there aren't statistical figures to show that mental illness is escalating in the Gambia, it is quite apparent that mental illness is escalating due to certain environmental factors. However, these experts have shown us that steps can be taken to prevent further escalation.